My name is Rush and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we're going to be talking about the Infinity Blade and what is going to be happening to the Infinity Blade in the next update. So without further ado, let's get into it. Before I get into today's video, the random shout out goes to this guy. It's honestly comments like this that just make my entire day. So if you want your comment featured in the next video, all you have to do is be subscribed and just drop a comment on this video and it could show up in the next one. Okay guys, so welcome back. So obviously this week we got the Infinity Blade in Fortnite Battle Royale, and it's honestly safe to say that Polar Peak has literally just been a major hotspot. Polar Peak has now become Tilted Towers in a way, and I honestly don't see this dying down unless something is done about the Infinity Blade. Obviously Epic don't really care about these certain areas of the map that get more players landing there, because if that was the case I think Tilted Towers probably would have been removed back in season 3 or season 4, but that's not the case. Tilted Towers is pretty much here to stay, and Polar Peak seems to be the new place to land because of this new Infinity Blade item. And me and a lot of others are not really happy about the state of the Infinity Blade. Whenever anybody ever gets into the last circle, your builds just get instantly destroyed by this thing. This thing is insanely overpowered. It's like 75 damage with direct hits and 25 damage with the lunge attack. And if you're in the last circle, you can everybody knows how small it can get. And if you're stuck in close quarters with this sword, you just stand no chance. Even building your way out of the fight will not actually help you unless you actually have some sort of sky fort. One great way to actually counter the Infinity Blade at the moment is actually carry balloons with you, so you can just fly above the person with the blade and just basically shoot down on them. But guys, it looks like we may not have to do this from now on. Turns out in next week's update, I believe the community manager for Fortnite has actually came out and said that next week's update, the 7.1.0, will actually be getting the Infinity Blade nerfed. And basically what he said is once the Infinity Blade is nerfed, you will no longer be able to build or harvest materials using the blade anymore, which is pretty much a good thing, because if you are using the blade you're still able to build and you can just get an insane amount of mats. Everything is a one hit kill, and everything, walls, trees, everything, you just collect all the mats off them with one hit. Well, it looks like you will no longer be able to build or any of that, so that is actually a really good thing. But at the same time I feel like it isn't exactly enough. I feel like there needs to be some sort of damage reduction, or maybe even limit how high you can actually jump with the jump attack, because that jump attack can just go straight through your builds and there's really no limit on how far you can actually move with this attack, which is really annoying because you can jump like literally out of the circle, and it's just honestly insane how high you can actually jump with this weapon. So this should be a pretty good update next week, and it obviously will add a lot of more skins and stuff like that, because right now we're actually running low on unreleased skins, so there's not a lot of new things that are going to be coming into the game until the next update. So I can safely say that I think a lot of competitive players will be very happy with this change, as with the winter fall tournament that took place the other day, you can honestly see how angry a lot of competitive players were getting with the Infinity Blade. I believe one player actually got like 12 kills in the final circle with this thing. It was honestly just madness. He didn't win the game, but he did take out a lot of players using this blade. And guys, it doesn't end there. It turns out that there's actually a major possibility that there'll be a lot more mythic weapons actually coming into Fortnite Battle Royale. So far we've only had the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Blade, and I can honestly see them adding a lot more Infinity looking weapons into the game and probably putting them in different areas of the map. Maybe some new map changes will add these, or maybe even the iceberg will melt even more, and maybe there'll be different swords in different levels of the castle. So this can definitely change how Fortnite is played really drastically. I think Epic needs to be very careful on how they implement these new mythic weapons into the game, because obviously they're going to be higher than legendary. They're going to be a little bit more powerful and have a little bit more abilities than your regular weapons in Fortnite Battle Royale at the moment. But guys, that's all I really have for you in today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button, make sure to hit the bell to join the notification gang, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Keep rushing, my friends.
See my little 10 in my dumb rats. Don't call it impossible if you really want that. It's in my